In recent weeks, China has witnessed a wave of bizarre phenomena. Glowing skies, unidentified objects, and animals behaving in ways no one can explain. Something isn't right, and the truth hiding behind it may be far more terrifying than anyone is ready to face. Liaoning Province, China, experienced a bizarre phenomenon as it appeared to be where worms came down, dropping from sky March 11th, 2023, forcing residents to seek shelter and carry umbrellas. A viral clip showed streets and vehicles covered with worm-like creatures, while some continued falling. And in Beijing, cars were similarly coated. Scientists and experts suggested several possible explanations. The creatures may have been swept up by strong winds during a strong breeze, which brought this very large amount of worms dropping. The surreal event left locals and viewers astonished and unsettled. Army of frogs. While some parts of China were facing an insect invasion, other parts faced an army of little frogs. A video dated exactly to 13th September 2025 showed streets of Tianjin covered with frogs after a drizzle. Residents throughout the city shared clips on social media showing large proportions of frogs crowding the streets, entering the sewers, homes, and even cars, while looking for water, creating panic around the city. The cause of this sudden and unexpected surge in frog population remains unknown. Dropping crustaceans. The coastal city of Qingdao in eastern China witnessed a bizarre incident when sea creatures appeared to fall from the sky during a shift in weather patterns. It happened on September 20th, 2020, when intense atmospheric pressure and air currents combined with unusual conditions over the coastline, lifting marine life from the sea and scattering it across the city. Residents shared striking images on social media showing prawns and starfish splattered against car windshields, along with an astonishing photo of an octopus falling through the air. The Chinese Meteorological Administration later confirmed that the phenomenon was caused by sea creatures being carried inland due to the rare atmospheric disturbance. Dropping ice particles. A rare and powerful incident took place in Chongzuo, Guangxi Zhuang Autonomous Region of southern China, on the evening of April 10th, 2016. For more than 20 minutes, egg-sized ice pieces pelted onto the city, shattering car windows and denting around 1,705 vehicles, as well as 656 houses, and spoiled areas of crop fields. Local authorities moved quickly to assess the widespread impact caused by this sudden incident. Red sky.
兄弟们快看，现在是晚上11点50分。
Of all colors that you may have seen the sky in, this has to be one that you never saw coming. A couple touring in Wuhan, China on June 3rd, 2025, they not only got to notice but also witnessed a red sky.
Oh, this is really dangerous. Oh my god.
Initially, it was suspected to be a bloody moon until the clouds cleared away, revealing a much brighter shade of red in the night sky. When the source took this video, they really thought aliens had come while seeking answers as to what this could have been.
Yo, we are straight up, oh my god.
Unusually large swarm.
Oh my god, they better get up or they're gonna hit the power lines.
Birds usually fly in flocks with their own groups, but this time they were all moving together in a massive swarm. On September 19th, 2023, electrical workers in Qinghai Province, China, noticed something alarming and quickly filmed it. Hundreds of thousands of birds were flying in strange, synchronized patterns, behaving unlike anything they had seen before. The workers, initially focused on their electrical maintenance, stopped to capture the unusual sight. Later, an expert suggested that the birds might have been affected by electromagnetic frequencies in the area, which could have triggered the odd collective behavior. insect swarm. In September 2025, huge swarms of white mayflies and caterpillars were reported across various parts of China, creating chaotic scenes that resembled snow. In Henan province, thousands of mayflies densely covered the Jitan Bridge in Dengzhou, while in Hunan, similarly massive outbreaks disrupted daily life. Experts note that these insect surges are cyclical, having occurred in 2024 and 2023, often triggered by the presence of moisture in air. Residents were advised to avoid wearing yellow clothing and instead use yellow boards to control the insects by attraction. Despite efforts, the level of white insects emerging surged exponentially, reducing visibility like a blizzard and covering the ground as if with snow. Many residents had to wear face masks and tight eye protection to keep them out. Unusual fish crowd. On August 12, 2025, a large swarm of concerned Chinese residents in Hangzhou in Zhejiang province encountered a gathering of thousands of fish that were packed tightly in a river. It's not that anyone was feeding here, rather they were flipping and splashing desperately as if they were suffocating or trying to escape the water. This could most likely be due to the continuous pollution of water that is putting millions of aquatic species at risk of complete annihilation. Aerial cluster. Across the globe, sudden and unusual gatherings of birds and insects have been making headlines. On August 29, 2020, thousands of crows swarmed the skies above Nanchang in Jiangxi Province, China, creating chaos in the city. Similarly, on September 6, 2020, another massive flock of crows was recorded acting erratically. While in Sanmiaoqian Town, Shangrao City, Jiangxi, enormous numbers of sparrows blocked streets, disrupting daily life. To make matters worse, residents from Henan province reported locust swarms in the agriculturally rich region, devastating large crop fields across various areas. The frequency of such events has surged tenfold since then, repeating almost every other year. Could this be the initial signs of something very imminent that is about to happen? Wash-up swarm. Millions of fish started to wash up on the shores of Hongcheng Lake in Haikou, the provincial city of South China's Hainan province, on June 12, 2023. Locals and workers salvaged over 35 tons of expired fish within hours. The exact cause of this incident remains unclear, with experts speculating numerous possible factors, such as a lack of oxygen due to the water being warm, sudden changes of salinity, or even the possibility of blue-green algae. Local authorities have collected several water samples for investigation while advising the residents to stay away from the area. Seeing such a grand loss of aquatic life shows apocalyptic consequences that could soon follow if not already in effect. Dropping bird crowd. On February 17th, 2022, a perfectly calm day in Mexico was abruptly disrupted by a mysterious event. A flock of blackbirds spiraled downward in a mesmerizing display, their movements resembling a plume of dark smoke. Within seconds, many of the birds scattered and flew away, but a significant number fell to the ground, lifeless. While it seemed as though the birds were simply plummeting freely, Ron McGill of the Miami Zoo explained that they were actually fleeing from a predator. Lighted circles. An unbelievable sight unfolded in Beijing when glowing white circles appeared randomly across the night sky. In late August 2025, a citizen filmed this strange event from the top of a building, capturing illuminated shapes that resembled objects or faint, imperfect lines glowing high above the city. With there being several of them, It was clear that these couldn't have formed by natural causes, although the usual explanations would be from a UFO, drones, to perhaps some artificially engineered phenomena. With a lack of info, it is hard to guess what this could be.
天空中怎么会有这么圈圈？
Abnormal clouds. Unlike the usual formations of clouds that you get to see, this one was rather unbelievably abnormal. On September 15th, 2025, the skies over Chaoyang in Liaoning Province, China, were filled with unusual cloud formations. Thick clouds covered the sky in its entirety and looked to have huge bulges all around, almost as if they were soggy. Locals believed it to be a possible case of gathering of precipitation clouds which never followed, leaving this cloud phenomena unknown or explainable. Luminous ring.
北京今天有一点雾霾，天上出来这个一个光圈一个光环。
In the early hours of the 15th of March, 2022, there was an interesting development that occurred in the sky above Hong Kong. A huge, mysterious, luminous ring appeared in the sky that looked like anything from a spaceship or a possible opening of a portal. This ring was so massive that it could be seen and filmed from every part of the city, as if it were right on top of them. According to some reports, this may have been a halo phenomenon, but nothing could be confirmed due to the heavy cloud cover, since halos typically occur under thin, icy clouds rather than dense ones. The thick overcast made it impossible to verify what was actually seen.
这是一个什么东西啊？这是会不会鸟巢上面那个激光？
Rainbow anomaly. In the mountains of Sichuan, southwest China, a hiker captured a breathtaking sight on October 23rd, 2022. While recording his journey, he spotted a perfect circular rainbow in the sky, unlike the usual arcs most people see. As he zoomed in, a shadowy humanoid figure appeared at its center. Experts believe this was a glory phenomenon, also known as the Brocken spectrum, where a circular rainbow forms around a person's shadow as it's projected onto mist or clouds. The mysterious figure was likely the hiker's own shadow or a nearby object, creating an otherworldly visual effect. Unidentified aerial object. Only hours after the red sky, this follows, which once again couldn't be ruled out as a mere coincidence. In the early hours of September 8th, 2025, at 2:58 a.m. local time, pedestrians in Wuhan, China, witnessed the unusual spectacle from the streets. Given the display of multiple lightning sources, this was unlikely to be a natural phenomenon. By the look of things, and the only possible explanation, it wasn't long before everyone not only started speculating, but was also sure that this indeed was a UFO that was hovering in the sky at a lower altitude, although no one knew its actual intentions, which it never revealed. Glowing disc. One evening in the skies of Lanzhou, the capital of Gansu province, got to witness a gigantic glowing disk appeared over the clouds on September 21st, 2024. Though most of it was hidden behind the cloud, the visible part had a very bright light signature comparable to the sun. It looked like it had a thick edge, while a cone-like rounded bottom, a shape a bit too perfect and coincidental to form in the cloud. Now, if this wasn't some other coincidentally occurring or rare phenomena, the unproven theory of this being a UFO is the only one that stands out, which raises the concern. If it could have a hostile intent judging from this, it appears to have a surveilling behavior. Mysterious sighting. A young woman who was busy picking mushrooms in the woods of Kunming, Yunnan, when she found this new creature of unknown nature. It looked like a mixture of a bird and a giant insect that seemed to have gotten stuck in the branches of a shrub while flying since it was much above the ground. Similarly, another incident of a mysterious sighting was made by a different local, with this one being even stranger. It looked more or less like a bird by its wings. a body texture like a giant insect, and 2 very large antennas or horns protruding from within its head. A rural resident from a remote location in China shared this clip on local social media, showing a weird-looking frog that had a rock-hard skin texture and a lengthy tail. Despite his efforts to look around and make it move using a stick, it wouldn't budge or move. Form-shifting orb. Next on the list is a 2020 clip recorded by a nomad in the African desert. It captured a glowing orb hovering just above the sand. The orb shifted shape constantly, making it nearly impossible for him to identify. It kept transforming for several minutes before suddenly changing form again and vanishing without a trace. The nomad believed it might be ball lightning, a rare electrical event where glowing spheres appear. Others suggested it could be alien technology, a probe capable of altering its shape for adaptability before disappearing into the unknown, leaving more questions than answers behind. Shocking sky formation. In September 2017, construction workers in Beijing, China, during their lunch break, witnessed a strange, luminous phenomenon in the sky. 2 bright, shiny holes appeared in the clouds, seemingly serving as the origin points at both ends of the spectacle. Although its true nature remains uncertain, many began speculating about its connection to extraterrestrial activity or the possibility of cross-dimensional portals. The unusual sight quickly drew attention, leaving witnesses both fascinated and unsettled as they tried to make sense of what they had seen. Weird levitating object. A tenant from a high-rise apartment building in China's Chongqing city noticed this unidentified levitating object, or being. The recording that was uploaded on the TikTok dated 4th October 2025 shows it to be continuously shifting its structure without retaining a single form as it brushes past the sky slowly. Initial thoughts were that this could be a series of balloons, but its manner of movement and lack of blowing wind made it seem something more, around the lines of an aerial object or a creature. Despite being far away, using a powerful camera lens, the tenant was able to film it and later shared it on social media, seeking answers. Shiny orb formation. A farmer in Henan Province, China, recently reported a puzzling sighting while on his land. Multiple luminous objects were seen moving in a synchronized triangular formation near the moon. Despite the unusual nature of the event, the farmer couldn't clearly identify the objects due to limited visibility caused by cloudy skies. The sighting quickly stirred curiosity and speculation among local villagers and online communities, with many questioning the origin of the mysterious lights. Washed ashore inhabitants. On the beaches of Guangdong Province, including Shenzhen and Fuzhou, visitors witnessed hundreds, if not thousands, of crustaceans washed ashore. The stranded creatures included crabs, clams, sea stars, barnacles, and even fish, all left behind on the sand after being displaced by the sea. The incident is believed to have been caused by an extraordinarily powerful wave, while the details are still being investigated. A wildlife expert believes that this includes almost 300 species among the crustaceans. Ghost plants. Monotropa uniflora, known as the ghost plant, was spotted for the first time in southwest China's Dawaishan National Nature Reserve in Yunnan Province on May 10, 2022. Unlike most plants, it lacks chlorophyll and does not perform photosynthesis, instead drawing nutrients from fungi in the soil, which in turn connects to nearby trees. Following recent precipitation, the forest floor revealed clusters of these striking white plants, their translucent stems reaching over 10 centimeters, resembling crystal jade. The ghost plant has long inspired Chinese wuxia novels, where it is celebrated as the ghost flower, orchid of dreams, or flower of the underworld. Dropping cloud. Just as people were going about their routines in Guangzhou on April 28th, 2024, they began to notice a strange phenomenon. Several chunks of cloud-like foam started falling from the sky across the city. The unusual event is believed to have been triggered by sudden changes in atmospheric conditions. Bystanders and viewers online speculated on its origin, with some suggesting it was the result of an artificial cloud experiment gone wrong, while others were convinced that this was an actual cloud that was dropping from the sky for reasons unknown. Lighted cloud. On September 29th, 2025, residents across multiple regions of China witnessed a series of mysterious celestial phenomena. In Hebei and Shaanxi, a fast-moving, unidentified object streaked across the sky, exhibiting speeds too high to be a conventional rocket and showing a secondary acceleration during its turn. While some speculated it was the contrail of the Hongqi-29 land-based anti-missile system, others suggested it might be a new hypersonic missile. Meanwhile, a striking rainbow cloud appeared over Shijiazhuang, which many considered an auspicious sign. Later that evening, an intense beam of light was spotted over Beijing, sparking debates among witnesses. Some called it a UFO, others described it as a rainbow cloud, and media reports referred to it as a rocket cloud. Precipitation glitch.
It's raining here! Why is it not raining here?
Residents were left puzzled after heavy precipitation fell on only one side of their neighborhood, while the other remained completely dry. In Kunming, China, a man named Junel Garcia witnessed the unusual phenomenon right in front of his house, as a sharp line seemed to divide the wet and dry areas. While one half of the street was soaked, the other stayed warm and untouched. Curious, he waited nearly half an hour for the precipitation to spread, but it never crossed the invisible boundary. Some locals link the strange occurrence to old folklore about mystical celebrations, but experts believe this rare atmospheric phenomenon is caused by mountains blocking moisture. Breathing forest. On October 5th, 2025, a man in China walking his dog along a hiking trail in the Shenengjia forest region of Hubei province captured a remarkable sight. He witnessed the ground appearing to rise and fall as the trees swayed gently, creating the illusion that the forest itself was breathing. Experts explain that this rare natural occurrence is likely caused by air pockets and underground water pressure beneath the forest floor, which can be intensified by shifts in temperature and moisture levels, producing the mesmerizing effect of a living forest. Winged mystery. A local from Donglu, a village in Hebei province, China, noticed this bizarre human-shaped figure with massive wings soaring through the turbulent clouds, and he was quick to start filming. At first, he dismissed it as a trick of his imagination. Being a skeptic, he didn't entertain mystical ideas. Yet the flying figure looked undeniably real from its wings and shape, disturbingly clear. He uploaded the clip online, sharing it as a divine coincidence. Colorful sky.
What the fuck is that?
Up in the skies of Zhangye, located in Gansu province, a resident shared a video clip dated October 10th, 2025, showing a bright pink sky. What made it harder to believe this a natural phenomenon is that the glow wasn't spread throughout the sky, but on a smaller scale. Some blamed it on because of artificial manipulation. Others deemed it to be playing out of a rare coincidence. Most of the viewers are calling it one of the strangest things they've ever seen.
That's crazy.
Oil seeping. Initially, this was thought to be some eruption from deep underground until it was discovered to be a groundbreaking discovery. Construction workers in an undisclosed location in western China were digging underground when they unexpectedly triggered a natural oil seep, capturing the event on video. Oil seeps occur when hydrocarbons migrate from subterranean source rock to the surface, causing crude oil to flow naturally from the ground. Colored River. In Xiangjia Township, Dulan County, China, a breathtaking sight unfolds where the icy blue waters of the Quidam River meet the deep red flow of the Wulanwusu River, but do not mix. The Quidam River originates in the snow-capped mountains and salt lakes of the Quidam Basin in Qinghai Province, giving it its clear blue appearance. The Wulanwusu River, however, flows through areas rich in ferric oxide-laden red sandstone, turning the water a striking crimson. At their meeting point, a sharp dividing line forms between the two contrasting colors, creating a surreal half-and-half river that has captivated onlookers and gone viral online. Rare frozen formations. The cold may naturally freeze up water bodies until sometimes a rare possibility occurs. Much of the activity of currents, releasing gases when frozen, causes it to look like this. This is the case when methane is released but trapped in bubbles under the surface of the ice, resulting in this formation. Similarly, these jelly-like ice formations, called pancake ice. This rare phenomenon occurs when waves stir slushy water during mild frost at -1 to -5 degrees Celsius, forming circular ice disks up to 3 meters wide. Collisions thicken their edges, creating a striking sight often seen in coastal seas and rivers of Canada, Norway, the Russian Far East, and Antarctica. Finger mystery. The source of this footage on July 22nd, 2023, was trying to enjoy a sunset, but what followed made him start filming something that was happening more than just a sunset. Right in front of the sun's glow, 5 huge fingers were still in their position, resembling a hand with unknown objects on each finger. Experts lean toward the grounded explanation like optical illusions, caused by tall, thin rock formations or tree trunks, perfectly lit by the setting sun, creating the finger effect, or an atmospheric phenomenon such as lenticular clouds or light distortions. Cloud walking entity. This clip is from Handan, Hebei, China, and shows something unusual. A man was walking outside his house when he recorded this video in 2012. It revealed a strange, smoky white humanoid shape walking on the clouds. As we zoom in, you can spot dark, smoky tones on its front and back. As it moved forward, it gradually faded until it completely disappeared. Could this be some divine sign, or some sky phenomena remains a mystery that shall remain unsolved and unanswered. Several suns rising. A woman captured a rare scene at a hospital in Sichuan, showing the unusual sight of 7 suns in the sky on August 25th, 2024. Among them, one sun was brighter than the rest, appearing as the real one. Initially, this seemed like a moment of experiencing the end of the world. Initially, she waited for other suns to turn brighter, which raised a sense of worry for her. Among some of the bystanders who believe this was caused due to possible opening of not one, but several portals from either different angles of the same sun, or that these were suns of different solar systems. Spiritual apparition. What if your spiritual beliefs finally meet reality? This upcoming clip showed a smoky, cloudy figure in the sky in 2022. Many locals gathered at the place to watch this entity, as it resembled an actual giant. People were shocked by this figure because many of them had a feeling it would move, seeing how realistic it looked. Others said it was just a figure caused by the clouds. Some even believed that this apparition was more of a divine sigh. But still, nothing can be said for certain as to what they saw and what it was exactly. Christmas miracle.
Лена Анатольевна, мы вот сами не можем поверить. Мы пошли погулять.
During the evening of January 6th, 2025, a crowd in downtown Moscow witnessed the miraculous sight of a cross appearing in the sky above. A shining cross illuminated the night sky, stretching across the city. It is unclear how this happened, or if this was something natural, divine, or man-made. This occurrence took place during the Christmas season is what convinced most witnesses on site that it was a Christmas miracle, if not a kind of divine sign.
И вот здесь вот такое чудо.
Flowering desert. Among all the deserts on the planet, this one has to be the most decorated. In northern Chile, the Atacama Desert transforms into a vibrant spectacle as colorful flowers blanket the arid landscape. This rare event, known as the flowering desert, occurs only in certain years when precipitation and temperatures align perfectly, triggering the germination of the desert's long, dormant seeds. The phenomenon typically unfolds in spring, turning one of the driest regions on Earth into a striking display of life and color. Continent splitting. Scientists have raised concerns that Africa is splitting apart faster than expected, driven by the East African Rift System, a 2,000-mile rift formed around 22 million years ago. A 35-mile fissure in Ethiopia, first observed in 2005, has been steadily widening, signaling that the Somali and Nubian tectonic plates are moving away from each other at double the anticipated speed. This geological shift could reshape the continent within 1 to 5 million years, eventually creating a vast new ocean and a separate landmass known as the Nubian continent. The rift stretches through Ethiopia, Somalia, Kenya, and Tanzania, with studies revealing thinning of the lithosphere and increased tectonic activity, indicating a major transformation in Earth's geography is underway. Unidentified crashing.
Then I look up here to the sky, I see something falling down, so I pulled out my phone and I zoomed in and it was right about there.
A woman in Pembroke, Massachusetts, recorded a mysterious object descending from the sky near her home on June 27, 2025. Colleen McCormick uploaded the footage online, and it quickly went viral on YouTube. Relaxing by her backyard pool, she saw the object plummeting rapidly with a strange, unfamiliar shape, seemingly on fire, yet completely silent. It vanished from sight, and although she expected to hear a crash, none followed. Rushing to the front of her house to check where it might have landed, she found nothing. The object had seemingly disappeared into thin air, leaving no trace behind and deepening the mystery of what she had witnessed.
It seemed like it was coming down so fast. It was just it knows what it's doing. It just goes.
Glitching coop birds. This footage gets stranger by the second. A bird farmer walks into her enclosure for a routine check, and at first, the flock flaps and chirps wildly. Then, suddenly, everything stops. Every bird freezes except one in the middle, calmly pecking at the ground. Online, people called it a glitch in the matrix, and it certainly looks that way. Experts suggested tonic immobility, a defense reaction where birds freeze to avoid predators. It may have been the farmer's sudden movement, or something else nearby. The true cause remains unclear. The video has definitely reached its end. I will see you again with another wow video. Until then, you can check these other videos out for a wow dose of entertainment and knowledge.